My name is Kate Hamilton and I work at Brightside Hospital in Auckland. And I have been a sterilizing technician for 3.5 years. Today, I will talk to you about how to use communication skills to make sure your workplace is safe. We all have different ways of communicating. There are the relators, who are calm and don't like change. They really need to feel part of a team. If they lose that sense of belonging, they might consider leaving. They dislike change and conflict, but they work hard and listen carefully to others. Medicine is always changing, so relators have to open themselves up to change. Then there are socializers. They are very people focused and enjoy being in the center of attention. They need to be mentally busy or they get bored and less productive. And there are the thinkers. They are very careful and detail oriented. They love working with facts and logic. They like to be recognized for their accuracy and thorough work. Without this, they can get very grumpy. And lastly, we have the directors. They enjoy challenges, are independent, and make decisions confidently. They can get frustrated if they feel ignored, but because they are assertive, people usually listen to them. Because we have different ways of communicating, we have to learn to understand each other's methods. Assertive communication. There are different kinds of communication. Passive, avoiding direct expression of one's needs, wants, and feelings to avoid conflict. Passive aggressive, when someone expresses negative feelings indirectly instead of addressing them openly. Aggressive, expressing one's needs and opinions in a way that disregards others' rights, feelings, and boundaries through hostility, intimidation, or criticism. And then you have assertive communication. You communicate what you want directly and respectfully, while also thinking about the other person's feelings or wants. So you use I more in the sentence. For example, I feel that ... It makes it clear that what you are talking about is what you want or feel, and it's not an attack on the other person. Your posture is upright and open. You make eye contact and have a relaxed facial expression. You make calm and purposeful gestures and keep your voice calm and clear with no hesitation. Example: you are overloaded with tasks and the team leader gives you another one. Instead of saying, "You are giving me way too much work, give it to someone else," say, "I'm sorry, but I really feel overwhelmed with the work I already have. Is there any way I can prioritize some of the work? Or can I delegate some of the work to a colleague?" This is effective communication because the team leader understood and gave the extra work to a colleague and helped me out with prioritizing my work. Active listening. This is actually really hard. It needs your full attention and you need to tune out any distraction. Distractions are, for example, your phone, your work, other people talking, etc. Avoid interrupting the person or formulate an answer whilst listening. This is also a distraction. Make eye contact with the person, lean in, and notice nonverbal cues. Paraphrase or summarize and ask clarifying questions. Don't judge or give advice, just listen to understand rather than respond. Example: the team leader wants to discuss something important while you're doing something complicated. The team leader urgently wanted to talk to me while I was putting together a complicated orthopedic container. I put my work down and turned to face her and paid full attention to what she had to say. I repeated what she told me, and she told me I understood. In this case, my concentration could have been fully on the orthopedic container. However, I put this on one side and actively listened to what she said, so she could make me understand what she was saying. Open-ended questions. They are the why, what, how questions. They require a longer answer than closed questions. Closed questions are typically used to confirm facts, reduce misunderstandings, and help to narrow down the focus. They normally only require short answers, whereas open-ended questions are the questions that grow knowledge, create understanding, is thought-provoking, and you can get another perspective. Make sure you ask the question in a friendly, non-threatening way. Otherwise, the person you ask the question might take the question the wrong way. For example, they might think that you are challenging their knowledge. It's important that you are prepared to actively listen to the answer, allow the person time to answer, and actually show interest in the answer. Example: I wanted to know why we had to brush 3 times when cleaning the flexible endoscope. Hi, I see that you are not too busy. Have you got time for a question? I have just been to the Jenka course, which was really interesting, and I've learned a lot from it. They also told me that brushing the flexible scopes just once is enough. Could you tell me why we are brushing 3 times? I did get the information I wanted. We needed to do it 3 times because this was mandatory for the warranty, since this was stated in the manual of the Olympus endoscope we use. I think because I chose the right time to ask the question and did it in a way that didn't make the person feel attacked, I got the right answer, and not just because we do it that way. So you can see that we all have different ways of communicating. It's important to use clear communication and direct communication without it being a blame game to get your message across. So you use the I sentences more than the you sentence. It's important to listen carefully to the person that is conveying the message. So block out any distractions and give them the full attention and summarize what they have said. The best information comes from asking open-ended questions. Why, what, and how. When you use these 3 communication techniques, the information you want to communicate will get through, which can contribute to a safer workplace where everyone remains well informed. This was my presentation about communication in the workplace.